Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I'm back for another low vision spotlight game video. And I just covered this game in demo form fairly recently because we are looking at PowerWash Simulator 2. I've played the first game several times on the channel. I think I did an Access Unlocked, a low vision spotlight. I've used it for backdrops for other just I think like holiday, like end of year videos and streams, and so I've played a hell of a lot of the first Power Wash Simulator, not just online but outside of recording videos and streams. It's just one of those really, you wouldn't think it would be really that fun, um, but there's something just oddly satisfying about it that I don't even know. I don't even think I want to know how many hours I put into the first game. But we're looking at the sequel here, and I'm not going to spend too much time in our hub because, we're going to go to the main job here, and I covered that in the demo video. But this time, they've beefed things up a little bit. There are some nice quality of life improvements to the game. And yeah, so we are in our base. Hi, kitty. I love cats. Yeah, so yeah, we've got cats, we've got some decorations here. Now, when you do earn money, you can actually, I guess, decorate your room or decorate your office here. We've got our backspace here, and there's a whole bunch of shelves where we can put tchotchkes. Okay, so I've already gotten some of these apparently. I don't know if I've missed some. I maybe haven't, I wonder if I can get them on free play if I missed them earlier. But yeah, as you do these jobs, you'll fill up these shelves, and there's things that you can buy in the shop. You have your tablet, just like you did in the first game. I can interact with some of these. Actually, I think I've gotten more of these pictures and posters. I don't think some of these were on the board when I started the game. I'm sure that'll OCR pretty well because the contrast and text size is pretty good. Couple of other accessibility features or design choices that I really like. You can change the color of the uncleaned area when you hit Q in this case. When you hit Q in a job, I'll show you. It'll show you on an object or in the environment in general what any uncleaned space you have or uncleaned area that you have on an item. But you can change the color of that, which is really nice because you can, if let's say the default color blends into the color of the item or the object, or maybe there's like a weather type of thing, you have that. But yeah, this is our base. We've got a little garage where our van should go. I wonder why our van isn't in there actually, because we do got some, let's see, yeah, garage doors here. But yeah, it's a nice little... Have I walked back here? I don't know that I have. Damn, man. Yeah, this place is huge. I wonder if there's any Easter eggs in here that I haven't found or that I haven't really looked for. But yeah, so this is our home base. I like the fact that you can go to the map here and choose jobs, or I can just hit escape and bring up my my tablet here. And across the top here, you see there's my store. I can go here. I'll show you that really quick. So you start out with a couple of different power washers, and then you get a couple. There's a whole bunch of these here. And at first I was a little bit confused. I'm like, because you see the numbers. This time you can sell equipment if you want to. I have not done so yet because I'm trying to basically hoard and accumulate. I want to own everything. So when things are white, that means that you have purchased them. When they're blue, like this little soapy thingy, I don't have enough still. That's the only thing I need to buy for this washer. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, they're 5. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff yet. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we need to buy. But, you know, again, besides that, you have, I keep forgetting if I hit escape, it just goes all the way out. You know, you've got cosmetics, you can customize your car, and I'm not going to waste any money on that until I want to buy all my practical stuff, because especially in the first game, you know, I want to get my washers, I want to get my soaps, I want to get my whatever, my extensions. The nice thing about this, actually, and as I think about that, it's a little chilly in here. I gotta get up and close my door real quick here. There we go. Sorry about that. Forgot to do that before. So yeah, I mean, this is your tablet. It's a really nice interface, and it works with Windows Magnifier perfectly fine. So I can use Magnifier on it. If I go into settings here, you've got all kinds of stuff. You know, all kinds of your categories are actually down at the bottom. You know, think about how your iOS tabs are in many apps. You've got your tabs across the bottom, which is kind of weird because usually they do it across the top. But there, you know, like I said, there are some nice accessibility designs. You know, you can remap the controls. You can play keyboard and mouse. You can play controller. You've got some of these visual things that you can turn on and off. You have the ability to change the color. But let's continue a job that I am currently working on, this ginormous gas station. This is several levels into the game. Like I said, this game, as I'm recording this video, came out just over 2 days ago. And I've put a hell of a lot of time into this game already. You know, again, it's one of those where I can kick back and I can read a book, listen to podcasts, and yeah, look at this. Even the environment's here. Hey, buddy. Got a little truck that goes by. So, I mean, it kind of has this, it's not a realistic art style, but it, you know, it works really well. You got your scaffolding over here. You do have a scissor lift, which is a new item. I don't know that there is one in this level, but like one of the last levels I was in had one. There was a house, and yeah, basically it's just exactly what it is. You can grab it and put it anywhere, and then you get on it, and there's a little up and down arrow. You can just, you know, go higher or lower. If I hit, now see how if I were to aim, I'm spraying like this, just like they added post-launch in the first game. If I hit C, let's say you get motion sick with first person and you want to just be able to, let's switch it back here. So if I were to go over here, you know, where you have the, you know, unwashed area. So I can rotate with R. I can, you know, try to clean like this. And again, especially maybe you're streaming, or maybe, you know, you're one of those players that get motion sickness in first person, you can hit C, and then you can just stay in one place. I've just gotten so used to doing it the other way that that's what I prefer. But this is a perfectly justifiable, or it's a perfectly good way you can play if you want to. Let's switch it back. And if I hit Q, you see how it brings up the, oh, you can also do the duration. I haven't changed it yet, but you can hit, if I hit Q here, it only stays up for a second, but you can change the duration and make that longer. That is really, really helpful, especially when you're at the very end of trying to figure out, you know, how to clean an item, or you're trying to find that last bit of dirt on something, and you're trying to look for that last little speck when I hit Q, that last little speck of orange or whatever color you choose. So let's go ahead and we're going to clean this front of this garage real fast. So yeah, there's a few things that are different. There's a few things that are new. It's if you love the first game, this game is definitely it's more of that with a few enhancements and quality of life improvements and a few new features that are really, really helpful. Some of them, like I said, like the changing colors, That was added post-launch to the first game. That we were hitting C to change like the power washing mode. That was added post-launch to the first game. But then there's also a few additions and changes in the second game that were not in the first game. The scissor lift being one of them. There's also a new ladder. Is that not here either? We got this. Oh yeah, yeah. So scaffold. Oh, speaking of scaffolding, remember in the old game, if you ever played it, you had to go up and around and around and around to get up to the top. Not anymore. This quality of life improvement is so nice. Outside, just go up the ladder. Boom, I'm up on top. I don't have to circle around and around. If I want to go up to the top of a scaffolding, I can do it, and that is such a nice thing. I love that so much. Another thing that you have is you have a new tool that works really well for the ground, which I'll show you after I clean this garage door here. I purposely left a little bit of an area so you can see that. But like this whole area here, in front of the, like where the gas pumps are and everything, all of this was pure dirty. All of this. I had to clean all of this. And before we just had to go like this and do the whole thing, and that would be tedious as hell. Because what I've noticed about this game is that in addition to some improvements and things, the levels, I don't know if I would call them bigger, but there's been a fair few levels now that seem like they have more detail to them. There's a lot more packed into an environment. So like there's a lot more things to clean. There's a lot more, like little objects. It's not just like, oh, here's your walls and your, floor and your ceiling, or there's a bit of more intricacy. But yeah, another thing that they've added is, speaking of intricate levels, is I don't know if any of this gas station is going to eventually open up once I finish. And I didn't realize when I did the demo video, there was that little, when I did that first vehicle level, and then I went into, it was like a really small, like a little sign that was just right on the ground. And what I didn't, I wish I would have cleaned farther enough into that to show you, once you clean that first sign part, the level, that base thing, it just rises out of the ground, and it turns out to be this giant, fancy, like standalone porta potty type of thing. And so you would clean the outside of it. You clean the top of it in the beginning, then it rose up, and then you clean the outside of it. And once you cleaned the outside of it, the door would open, and then you had to clean inside. And it was a big, it was a big porta potty. And so yeah, there are, I guess, multiple levels to where the levels will open up, and so what might seem small gets expanded significantly. And I'm glad we're right here, because now I get to show you something else that they changed. This is a change. They had soap in the first game, but you know what? I never really liked it, because you could get away with basically, you have different nozzles. So if I were to use my mouse wheel, see, now I have a concentrated beam, and I could try to do it that way, and it works. That's what I would do in the first game if it just wasn't, if this stuck on stain here, I would just have to use a stronger nozzle. And in the first game, they had soap, but they had several different types of soap. You had ones for like metal, for glass, for wood, and you had to keep buying them. When you bought them, you would run out. So it was like this finite resource that you had to keep paying for. And so once, you found out that basically you could just switch to a more powerful power washer and or nozzle, it's like, why would I even bother to use soap? Now it's just you have one type of soap, and it's infinite. So now I don't have to worry. And I've used this in a couple of the other levels, and I've used it earlier in this level for a couple areas already. So now, if I hit the number 2 key, I can toggle between different type of attachments, and I'll watch this. I'll go like this, and then I'll switch back to my other one here. Oh, hang on, there. I'll use the lighter one, and now, boom, look at that, man. Stains be gone. There you go. Oh, got a little part there yet. Yeah, look at how nicely we took care of that stain, or whatever that was. Let's see, let me just glub, 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 just to make sure that we get it all. Soak in those bubbles. There we go. It is clean as a whistle. There we go. Done and done. Now, actually, oh, yep, okay, we gotta, hang on, oh, okay, we got more here. Okay, hang on, we'll just soap that up real quick. Look at that. I hit Q and it's all gone. Oh, there's more up there. Okay, well. Yeah, I guess I could try to. I'm going to need, well, yeah, let me just do this real quick. I'll just go like this. I'll go like that. We'll do this part at a time here. We'll just make sure that, we'll soap it up. Who cares? And then we'll go like this again. Let me see if I got this little part under the arch. There we go. Yeah, there's some caked on stuff here. I'll rotate it again. There we go. Still got our soap up here. Now let me go ahead. Oops. I hit 3, and now I can do my nozzles. Now I can do more distance. So there we go. Our nice little dinging sound. Such a satisfying sound. Yeah. There we go. So all that stain that we had before, gone. And in the upper left-hand corner, you see the overall percentage. And on the bar, the thing that I like about this bar, in the first game it was just a solid bar, but you see how at the end of at the right side of that bar up there in the upper left, there's an actual little brighter dot. That really helps, especially when there's just that speck left. It just really helps for me to be able to easily see that, and that would even have been more helpful in the VR version of the first game if we would have had that. Okay, you're caked on again. Let's go ahead and clean this sign. Boom. The service sign is clean, although I think there's still frame. I think I gotta, don't I? Let me see. Nope, that's actually counted. Okay. Now I was gonna go right to this other thing and show you another tool, but now I'm like again, I'm thorough. I want to get this one part done so I don't miss it later. So we're just gonna soap this whole facade here, switch it back. There, switch it sideways again. I'll go a little slower so it doesn't hopefully make people motion sick as much. the way they redone I love the way they've redone the soap system because it actually makes it useful now and not near as much of a pain in the ass as it used to be. It's actually worth using now. Um, the highlight, the just so many little small quality of life things. And we're not going to probably get to it in this video just because I have a whole lot of this level left to do. But what's really nice is it also has different, yeah, I'm going to probably have to get some of this stuff from above, get on the roof and get at it. Oh, okay, got something there. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, that did count. Q. So does this... No, there's still a speck. Okay, here we go. Um, especially when you're down to the last few items in your to finish a level, one of the frustrating things about the first game, especially if you weren't sure what the heck they were talking about, you'd bring up your tablet and look at, okay, oh, I'm missing this, this, and this. If I didn't know what the piece was, I'm looking all around the level, looking for it. Now, if you have it selected in your tablet, you'll see a little marker in the level itself. I wish it were a little bit bigger, but it will sort of guide you roughly to the area. So at least look at how big this level. This level is huge. You've got the front part. You got the little cactus sign here. You've got the gas pumps. You've got the garage. You've got this little side area here, which we're going to go to in a minute. You run all the way over here. You've got the picnic area, which I've just cleaned before starting this video. I still got this side, this facade to do. So if again, you're looking for this one little piece, and you're not sure where it is, it kind of guides you to it, and that is going to be extremely helpful. Love that feature. So did I actually get this wall? Yes, I did. Huzzah. All right, we think we got our service center part of the or the front face of it here. We got our garage door, we got our signs, we got our wall, we got our little horns thing up there. So another tool that I have, I can hit one and I can switch between the power washers I have. And now we've got this round, it's almost looks like a buffer that you would use like in school you'd see the janitors use them. But instead of having to go back and forth, what I found the best way to do this is, instead of going like back and forth like what you can do, I just go like this and I treat it like I'm mowing lawn. I just go like this, do. Keep going like that. Sometimes if I go too fast, it'll do little jumps. You see it, and then you see the highlight there. Yep. So let's grab this. There we go. Let's go ahead and, damn it. There we go. Yeah, we missed a little bit there. Even the dirt looks a little bit better. And it's funny, like when you'll see a little more animations of like dirt just sloughing off especially when you get down to that last little bit. You'll just see like dirt flying off of stuff. And it was funny because at first I wasn't sure if it was. I thought there was a fly in my apartment, and no, it was just like something flying off in the sky. There was like a bird or something in a level. And I kept like, what is that? Why is that? Was my monitor dirty? Is there a fly buzzing around in here But no, it was just more environmental things. Right away when we came in, you saw me, you saw the truck go by, the cement truck. But we can go ahead and, like I said, I just go like this, like I'm mowing lawn. Boom. And that, yes, it still takes a few seconds. Oh, we got a little, okay, that's cool. We got a little jungle gym playhouse thingy back here. I wasn't even paying attention to what was back here. Neat. All right. It's a fancy schmancy gas station. Damn, it's huge too. Huge plot of land. But doing it this way with this little, I forget what it's called. I don't remember what you call it, but this round buffer thing. It's super nice because this would take forever doing it the old way. And it does not, to me, it doesn't work as good against, like, it doesn't really work as well on vertical surfaces if they're flat. But for like this level in particular, I can already tell this tool has saved me loads and loads of time. So we had this whole huge area back here, but we're gonna get it done here in no time flat. Even like this red border here, I just literally went like this and did all the way around the level, and I took like one pass on that red border thing, and it worked great. It worked beautifully. So yeah, we're just gonna there we go. Okay, I was gonna see if we had some skips there. Hopefully we didn't, but there we go. Again, I hit. Oh, I can hit Q. You see it. We got a little bit of it's kind of bouncing a little bit there. So you see these little specks. See, it's all, I don't know. It's partly in the angle that you hold it, and I think the speed if you're walking too fast. So, oh, the other thing, common thing that was in the first game too, I love that I don't have to hold the mouse button down. If I hold the left mouse button down, I can do it on demand. But if I just tap the right mouse button, it turns it on and off. So literally I can hit it, and then now I just have to mouse aim, and I don't have to hold down the right, or I don't have to hold down a mouse button in order to use whatever tool I'm doing, this thing or any power washer, which is great because, you know, I don't need any other excuse to get carpal tunnel. So yeah, we're going to clean up the rest of this floor around this okay, there's some specks here. Trying to get this part to ding. Got another. Okay. Oh, okay. It's a little. Okay, it's the pole for the slide. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to switch to the power washer, the regular power washer. I think when we get into the details here, but you know, even just to be able to get this huge space, you know, I'm thinking about like the firehouse, the roof of the firehouse in the first game, or even like the playground early on. You know, you had a whole bunch of flooring there that this would work wonderfully on. So yeah, I mean, it's more of the same. If you've never played PowerWash Simulator before, I would still highly recommend the first one. I mean, not only do they have the core game, I think they started in 2022, I believe it was, in early access, and I found it pretty early. And so, you know, I purchased it in early access, and I would, you know, me and my friend, we would just play the new levels as they came out. But even post 1.0, they had loads of DLC. They had some free DLC. They had paid DLC. And it was, you know, it's not just cosmetics or anything. These were like full levels, man. And they had themes. I didn't really cover them all. Like I could have. But in the first game, you had a Back to the Future one, there was a Final Fantasy one, there was SpongeBob, there was Shrek. I think I said Back to the Future, Tomb Raider. What other themed packs? I mean, and then they had like a Christmas one, a Halloween one. They had, this whole Muckingham Files. Those were a lot of the free ones, and those were just like a lot of different buildings and stuff. But no, they supported the first game very, very steadily for 2, 3 years, and that's perfectly great. I mean, especially with how they improved the first one, I'm totally fine with paying for a sequel because I have, like, as I'm recording this, there are so many freaking games that I need to play right now for some projects I'm working on. I'll talk about later on the channel. But especially, it's an early morning it's an early Saturday morning right now. And yeah, I should be playing all kinds of other Steam games that I have installed that I need to do. What am I doing? Nope, I'm playing obsessively PowerWash Simulator and reading books. Because this game is just addictive. It is so good. I don't know why. I mean, I guess just seeing the progress that you make, and there's just something kind of inherently satisfying about it. But, about seeing your progress, you hear the ding, you kind of get these little dopamine rewards type of thing. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just a zen game, especially with the assists that you have. Helping you find an area now when you get toward the end. One other thing I want to show you with the tablet. So if I hit tab, it uses a different tablet interface. It's almost like a smartphone here. But what I like what they did is they have literally, like, they broke everything off into sections. And if I scroll down here, let's see. Yeah, so you see how this is the part where the cactus sign. You see how it's you got the level almost like a tree view here. You've got almost like your heading level 1, and then it indents a little. So they've sectioned everything off. You're like, oh, I want to look at the gas stations area, or I want to look at the playground area or the picnic area, and everything will kind of like, oh, here's another little section that I haven't really worked in. So you see how they're organized. They've got your main area and then all your sub items that belong to that major area or object. So I really like that, and you can check multiple ones of these. They have online co-op, which I'm sure, like, I'm playing it solo right now, but I could totally foresee my friend Chris and we've been playing. We played some of the first PowerWash Simulator together, and then we've been also playing some of the VR version. I covered that on the channel when I got my Quest 3 fairly recently. So here's another area where this is not working, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soap that baby up, and then there you go. What else, man? I think that's really, all there is to say. I think it's pretty low vision friendly. There are some times where, due to the lighting, things can be a little tricky. There was an earlier level where it was almost one of those like big billboard signs that you would see along the highway. And that was a little tricky because you couldn't, you had to clean like individual embossed letters on the sign, but they were high enough up, and you had to, like, with the tools that you had at your disposal, even when I was using the scaffolding, I was still pretty far away from that the letters of the sign, so getting that fine detail was a little bit tricky. That was, I think, one of the harder levels because of the distance that you had and some of the weird angles. There were some braces on the back of the billboard, um, the letters, and a couple of other things that kind of stood out from the main signage of it. But yeah, I mean, I really like how it guides you. Excuse me, how it kind of guides you and the color things, the new tools. But yeah, I mean, this is just, it's PowerWash Simulator 2. If you're looking for something just really kind of zen, you can probably pick up the first one for pretty cheap. And like I said, that has a lot of free DLC. It's got a lot of paid DLC. This is available on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. I believe it's on Game Pass as well. So if I really wanted to be crazy and do what I did for the first game, I'm playing the Steam version right now, but I could literally go get the Game Pass version and install that on my computer too and replay that the same way, and I could get the Xbox achievements and just have another excuse to power wash for several hours while I, read my books and stuff, which I'm not saying that that's not going to happen, but it could be a distinct possibility because this game is just, it's addictive as hell. I can't explain it, but it is, and I really, really like it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot else to say. Um, it's pretty low vision friendly, and it's a reasonable price. The developers support both of they already released I didn't look at it because it was a graphic, but they already have a roadmap for this one for free DLC, paid DLC. And this is not early access. This is just out. So you can just buy it on whatever platform you want and spray away, man. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to continue my addiction for a while here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. Blue Sky at Illegally Cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.